So before I jump into this content, before I start talking about this interesting formation, interesting scenarios that I prepared for you guys, please do me a favor by destroying that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. Now, if you look at this liquidation heat map for Bitcoin, you can see very clearly, guys, in a weekly frame, we can see we do have a lot of liquidity cluster above 42,000 range. Yes, above 42,000, or let's say in between 42 43,000, we have huge liquidity cluster for Bitcoin, which might be acting as magnet for the immediate short term. Yes, this liquidation cluster here to the upside might be attracting us according to this liquidation heat map, but will this line up with our price action? Because the price of Bitcoin is forming this bearish continuation pattern known as ascending broadening wedge. But if we look at this ascending broadening wedge carefully, guys, you can see after breaking the support from this lower trend line, we did started with this bearish trend, but now this could be another short squeeze. I mean, price of Bitcoin showing a relief rally like this. Price of Bitcoin showing a relief rally before showing another continuation towards the price objective from this ascending broadening wedge, which is in between 36,000 range. Guys, please be careful in the medium short term. If we do see price of Bitcoin showing a reversal towards 43,000, even up to 44,000, please be careful, because that could be short squeeze, but it could result in another bearish continuation after a relief rally. I mean, price of Bitcoin getting attracted around this 0.5-0.6 on Fibonacci line, 44,000 range, before getting rejected, before continuing with this downtrend, because we know it's not just only this ascending broadening wedge indicating us some weakness for the medium short term after some relief rally. Even this yearly CPR indicator, guys, according to this yearly CPR, you can see we did got attracted around this upper trend line. The upper trend line hasn't been tested properly. So what I'm expecting, if we do see price of Bitcoin showing this relief rally, forming more of a dead cat bounce type of trading pattern, also getting attracted towards this liquidity cluster above 44,000, then we could see a rally like this, small relief rally before showing another continuation here towards this central yearly CPR line. This central CPR line sits around 34,700. So I personally think this would be a great buying opportunity if we would see Bitcoin around this price range, because I personally think after getting attracted on this price range, the price of Bitcoin could be slowly preparing itself for another continuation here like this. And why? Because I have been very clear with you guys in the past price action during an uptrend. Whenever we have been flashed with this bullish crossover, green line appearing at the top, blue line at the bottom, it has resulted in some impulsive move. You can see that very clearly. Green line at the top, blue line at the bottom has resulted in some very impulsive move. But if we see the opposite happening, I mean, blue line starts appearing at the top and green line at the bottom, it usually indicates a reversal. In our case, if you look at this carefully, this is a bearish crossover in a daily time frame. I mean, this Williams alligator indicator has turned bearish. Blue line is at the top, green line at the bottom. So if we do see price of Bitcoin showing another relief rally like this, you can see this Williams alligator indicator will be acting as a line of resistance, and price of Bitcoin after that could show another continuation here like this, right? Showing another lower highs, lower lows continuation pattern type of formation before finding bottom, before starting with a new impulsive move. Because if you look at this here, using this ascending channel, yes, we have broken the support. And as soon as we broke the support, we even tried to re-enter inside this ascending channel, but we failed. What happened after that? The price of Bitcoin started with this corrective move. Now, if we look at this continuation, I mean, if we do see price of Bitcoin showing a relief rally, then we will be looking at a continuation like this. Price of Bitcoin getting attracted on this 44,000, then another continuation here to the downside, getting attracted in between this central yearly CPR line, right? 34,000, 35,000 before finding bottom, before starting with a new impulsive move like this. I mean, price of Bitcoin after some range bound after getting attracted here to the downside to start with another continuation here like this. Price getting attracted towards some key line before finding bottom, before starting with a new impulsive move, because right now the price of Bitcoin has not tested this POC line, which might be acting as magnet in the upcoming days. For the medium short term, I have said we could see some more range bound price, could be even showing a relief rally like this, but please be careful. At the end, we could see another continuation, a final continuation towards this POC line, final continuation towards this central CPI line before finding bottom, before starting with a new impulsive move, because any sort of a retracement around this trend line, right? You can see in a bit different way, it would make a lot of sense. I mean, right now, if you look at this continuation pattern, higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern for Bitcoin, right, this higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern for Bitcoin, it actually shows us that this line could be retested before we start with a new impulsive move. So in the medium short term, after some relief rally, this rising trend line, this yellow rising trend line, which also acted as a strong line of support in the past price action, could be attracting us. But after that, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to show another move like this. But if the worst case scenarios plays out, price of Bitcoin even getting lower than 36,000, 34,000, then in that case, we will be monitoring this green line, this rising trend line. Why? Because in the past price action, you can see each and every time in a bigger frame, whenever the price of Bitcoin has seen a rally to the downside, what happened when we found support at this rising trend line? The price of Bitcoin after that turned very, very bullish. You can see each and every time whenever we tested the support from this rising trend line, the price of Bitcoin after that turned very bullish. Here, a very similar case. We found support at this rising trend line, this green line, the bigger rising trend line. We started with this new impulsive move. So if the worst case scenario plays out here, price breaking the support around 34, 36,000 and even heading towards this rising trend line, we are still going to be above 30,000. So that's why, guys, bigger pullback is definitely going to give us a buying opportunity. So I don't want you guys to panic even if the price in the coming days start showing further weakness, because we are aware about the selling pressure which we have right now. For example, if we look at Mt. Gox 200k Bitcoin unlock scheduled, what they are programming for the upcoming month, this could be adding more selling pressure. If we look at GBTC is also selling Bitcoin in a daily basis, minus outflow all-time high. So we are aware we could see more selling pressure in the coming weeks, coming month, but it doesn't change the overall picture, because in an overall picture, any sort of a pullback will give us a buying opportunity, because in a bigger frame, you can see the price of Bitcoin still looks extremely bullish, even if we are going to see worst case scenario happening. I mean, price getting attracted toward this rising trend line, which is still going to be above 30,000 before starting with this actual impulsive move, actual marker phase, because we are aware before the halving, we have seen plenty of pre-halving shakeout. So this will be just a normal pullback before finding bottom, before starting with a new impulsive move. But let's suppose if the price finds support at this rising trend line, what in that case? I mean, not around this bigger green line, only around this rising trend line, which is in between 34, 36,000 range. In that case, we will be looking at this falling wedge, a bullish continuation pattern for Bitcoin. You can see, guys, the price of Bitcoin after breaking the resistance from this falling wedge started with a new impulsive move, and right now we are following this yellow rising trend line. Or let me change the color so you can see this red line, this rising trend line is a very important line for us. Right now we have said if we do see price of Bitcoin showing further continuation after some relief rally, this is where we could be getting attracted, and in that case you can see again this rising trend line around 34, 36,000 will be retested, and even the golden pocket from this Fibonacci extension line that could be retested. So if we do find support above that range, we can still see this as a continuation pattern. Price of Bitcoin getting attracted to us, this rising trend line before finding bottom, before starting with our final move, which could bring us in between the previous high, and that will be around 60 to 70,000 range. I personally think even if the market in the coming days, coming weeks is going to see further more selling pressure, price of Bitcoin getting attracted 34, 36,000, no problem, guys. That is a big opportunity to accumulate Bitcoin. And after that, we are expecting this trend to continue further here to the upside towards the previous high, which in our case is going to be between 60,000 70,000. So pre-halving shakeout is expected, miners dumping the Bitcoin is expected, Mt. Gox unlocking around 200,000 Bitcoin is expected, GBTC outflow, further GBTC outflow is expected. So the sell-off what we are witnessing, it's only in the crypto market. If you look at the traditional market, I mean indices all-time high, stocks all-time high. So that's why in crypto this pullback is just because bigger institutions are selling Bitcoin, which is adding more selling pressure. So once that is over, I expect the price of Bitcoin and also other cryptocurrencies to start with this new impulsive move. So these were some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please do not hesitate to destroy that like button. And guys, if you haven't claimed your bonuses, Bybit is giving around free 200 USDT futures airdrop. Bybit is giving around 30,000 free bonus if you sign up using this link, and even an opportunity to take part in this 2.2 million USDT prize pool competition. All the links are given in the description down below. Feel free to check it out. Feel free to grab this opportunity. By saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye-bye.